Hey everybody, welcome back to this. I'm very excited to be with you today because we're going to be looking at the ancient Archanea banner, or the Archanean Origins banner. I'm good with either of those. I don't know if there's I mean, this just says new heroes in the Toon Tiki, so it's like, whatever. I want to start by saying thank you to members and even primers over on twitch.tv/KCBGG. Appreciate that. It's been a very trying financial month between taxes and random squirrels living in my walls. Not that banners like this also don't help because, but I feel a little less FOMO just because it's not a special heroes banner and this is actually new heroes pool, so that's really cool. But we'll be talking about that along with some other various topics. I will try and timestamp for you in the description, or if you just scroll across the bar, however you prefer to do that, up to you. But yeah, we're gonna hop in here and hopefully get real lucky. High potential for Goto. Okay, high Goto potential. That's Pog. Unironically, Pog. F. It's not. Didn't even give me the hope of getting a Medius, huh? Okay. Maybe we get a Goto and we just instantly bink it off rip. I am fully prepared to go 500 orbs deep on this banner because it's so cool. And I'm hoping that it does get a revival too. I don't know that, I don't really immediately plus 10 these days because I feel like that's A, expensive, and B, there's not really a point. Although Naga and Goto being on here is low-key kind of hype. And I do need Tikis for res. So this is my banner. I'm dragons. I am dragons. I am the dragons. That's how I like to think of myself. So this is exciting for me, for sure. And granted, it is just the anniversary thing, but I guess that's where we can actually start the first topic. Yeah, the Origins banner, the ancient banner. How cool is this? There were some people who were like, it's kind of lame, or I saw some people kind of comparing it to the what was it? The Adrift banner, where it's like characters that have alts but are in the normal pool. Which I'm like, okay, you guys just want more limited, unavailable options. Okay. Look, here's my take. Hot based, just dumb, whatever you would like to interpret it as. I think if you're gonna have 5 stars in the 5-star pool, all right. Sorry about that. I don't know why. Maybe my cable's going bad. I don't know, but it's straight up just conked out on me. My capture card. You didn't miss anything though, for what it's worth. I don't remember where was that. Oh, my hot take, if you're willing to call it that. If you're gonna have 5 stars in the 5-star pool, don't you want them to be awesome? Whether they're alts or not. Like, I understand some people have that neurodivergence that makes them want to categorize everything in these perfect columns. But I don't think Faye in particular has ever really had that level of consistency. I mean, you have what is essentially Grima as a legendary hero. You know what I mean? Like, even legendary heroes don't have like a mold that they fit into. So I don't know that new heroes should either. I just want cool stuff in the 5-star pool. Otherwise, you get stuff like Galzus, for example, which, if you pull a 5-star Galzus instead of your focus hero, you're a little bit sad. That's a bummer. I want less bummers for pity breakers. That's what I want. And I think if we had cool banners like this, like, that's cool. I'm down for that. Plus, it's like, that's what this game should be doing. Like, it should It should be doing things like this. Fae itself is a standalone title within the Fire Emblem universe, okay? But its intent is to exist based on material from other titles. Like, every chapter is not summoning Fae exclusive heroes. You know what I mean? None of these are heroes characters. Just want to point that out. Right? So it's always pulling from the original titles that the game itself is meant to pay homage to. And I think that's great. I think we should have more of that. Do more of this with that. I think heroes should be telling stories within the Fire Emblem worlds that the games themselves do not expand on. You know what I mean? Not necessarily retconning stuff. But, you know, what happened before Tiki went to sleep? And then eventually Marth came and found her. You know what I mean? What did happen? We know about the history, but we've never actually like seen it play out in that kind of way before, which is kind of happening now, which is nice. And they should do that for other titles too. It shouldn't just be Archanea. I know they're literally doing this because of the anniversary, which I will give them a lot of credit. They did not have to do anything like this, let alone something that I think is this cool. So they're putting effort in. Quan? I think that's Quan. That's Quan. Like they don't have to do anything, but they're doing something, and that's tight. And I like that a lot. And they should be encouraged to do that more. So I don't know. For those who are like underwhelmed by this kind of thing, like maybe you just don't like Archanea. Like, okay, that's chill. It's whatever. However, think of the precedents that it sets, and then maybe suddenly you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. What if they did this with like my favorite game, Fire Emblem 3 Houses? Because I feel like most of you guys are 3 Houses heads. Most of my viewers, honestly, are probably either 3 Houses or Tellius heads. That is it for the most part, which I love and appreciate for what it's worth. We are getting up there, and we've yet to get anything of concrete value here. Yikes. Speaking of Tellius heads. Yikes. Okay. Well, maybe we get a Goto. That'd be cool. No. Can't have nice things. Can't have nice things. None. Or, like, you know, what if we had, speaking of Alib, what if we had Faye play out something that was happening between the end of Blazing Blade and the beginning of Binding Blade? You know what I mean? What if we had a look into that part of the saga that is Fire Emblem Blade Dash Blade? You know, there's a lot of possibility there, which I think is great. And I would go so far as to say I think there's material there for other Fire Emblem games that aren't necessarily new title game. You know what I mean? I think, and Pokemon does a really good job of this, I think, sometimes. I will give props to Pokemon. I don't typically do that, because I think, again, may get crucified for this. I think a lot of their game dev over the last 10 years or so has been extraordinarily lazy. And outrightly bad in terms of like final product. But like the Pokemon, what is it? Origins? I don't remember. But like they're coming out with an A to Z one. They had one for Sinnoh, I think was the region that they did the first one for. But it's kind of cool that they did that. You know what I mean? It's not like a new Pokemon tile. It's kind of like a spin-off. But Fire Emblem has done this too with Echoes, where it was like a remake. I don't know why I put air quotes on it. It was a remake. It was a remake. That's how remakes work. Bro, I haven't gotten anything yet. We're about to hit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This better be a Goto. It's not a Goto. Bruh. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Okay. Okay. Just Nagas and Gotos. Okay. We're dying here. But I think I genuinely think that the Fire Emblem series itself should be putting out like Origins titles and Echoes titles. Origins titles that tell like the prerequisite story, which I think would be really good for like a Three Houses situation. You know what I mean? I would love to know more about what led up to the conflict with Nemesis. You know what I mean? I think that would be dope. And that's a really good option for, you know, an Origins title or a Fae banner, for example. Do a Fodlan Origins or an Ancient Fodlan's banner. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. Bro, we've gotten how many 4-star specials right now? This is wild. I'm wilding out right now. I'm wilding out. I'm crashing out. I'm losing my mind. I just keep getting 4-star specials. Bruh, I want them. Take them away. Get them out of my sight. This is crazy. All right, we gotta get something here, right? No shot at a Tiki, which is super sad. But I think going into Spark, we're probably gonna have to take the Tiki. She is the limited option. Bro, this is so sad. This is so sad. Bro, this is so sad. This is so sad. I swear to God, if you give me a 5-star, Medius right now, I'm gonna lose it. Wow. Okay. Wow. Bro. I'm officially crashing out. All right, we gotta take the Tiki. We gotta take the Tiki. As much as it hurts my heart, I gotta take the Tiki. The Res Scowl is too valuable at this point. Plus the special. This is painful. I'm having pain in my heart of the sadness variety. All right. Anyway, point being, I think there's a lot to be said there for Fire Emblem spin-offs, which, you know, maybe could give them an opportunity to play around with development. Kill me in a video game right now. Just end it. Oh, I've never been more upset in this moment. Oh, that's such a bummer, dude. That is such a bummer. Okay, so we're just losing all 50-50s. We're just losing every single 50-50. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's really cool. That's really dope. Yeah. That's cool. I think that actually resets my pity. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I feel better about that. I feel a lot better about that. Okay, the two primary targets completely missed. Goto, how... Okay, well, we can fix that. We got trade fruits for that. We got trade fruits for that. Alright, at least give me a Medius for my troubles. on top of it. Rude. Utterly rude. Okay. We're back in. What are we at now? 3%, yeah. Yikes. Okay. Well. Well. Oh, because Goto, yeah. I assume getting back-to-back 50-50 losses resets pity anyway. But Goto for sure resets it because that's how it works. When you get the focus, it resets completely. Anyway. Back on track. Train of thought. Back on the rails. Yeah, I think Origin and Echo's games would be really cool. I would so be down for that. And it might give them an opportunity to practice development stuff for upcoming games that they test out in, like, you know, Echoes or Origins types of games. Which would be cool. I'd be down for that. Please make that happen. Nintendo/Intelligent Systems. Please. So yeah, I don't know what people. Okay. Cool. We got him. I'm conflicted, but oh wait, we want to save. We want to save that. Finally. It only took 50 GD polls and we got a freaking Medias. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? On that note, I think I'm good to maybe not pull blue anymore. I don't know. We'll see. I think if it's something like this, maybe it makes sense because it's only like a couple pulls. It's only 7 orbs to try for 2 Medias, which I think is good. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe nothing matters. Maybe I'll just get 50-50 losses anyway and nothing will change. Who knows? Who cares? I don't know. Anyway. I really like this banner. I like the precedence that it sets. I like the creativity and effort that it shows, and I wish we had more of that. That's what I think. And if you don't feel that way, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people just aren't happy about anything, or they need something that they're invested in to care about it, which is fair. On either account, you can be unhappy about everything. The world's kind of a terrible place right now, so you know, fair. Totally fair. But I think it's a cool concept, and I hope they continue to do it. Outside of that, if you weren't going to pull on this super awesome, mega cool banner, not biased at all, there are a lot of other things that you could put your resources towards this month. We've all seen a fair amount of them, so it shouldn't be too shocking or surprising. I probably wouldn't burn them on the daily revival banners. That doesn't seem like a good use to me. But you know, maybe you have a grand plan that just hasn't, you know, nobody else can see the lines, but you can. I don't know. There's too many banners, I think. There's too many banners. But next month is the Fallen banner, which is another pretty heavy fan favorite, I think. There is going to be some overlap, so you can just wait. Like, we'll know what's on the Fallen banner before this one ends. So there's not really a reason to panic necessarily, which is good. I'm in full support of not panicking and decreasing the amount of FOMO that spreads with this game. Oh, thank God. Okay, we got I'm actually happy to get a young Tiki, which normally she plagues me, but now We could merge into that. That could be good for us. Now we've got 2 of those, which is great. Okay. And we've got Dragon Flame, which is also fun. And we've got Edge Scales. Oh! Okay. Very cool. Very cool and Pog. Love that for us. Very cool. Very awesome. Still no Naga. Still no Naga. A little nervous. Getting a little nervous. We got the Goto, which is tight. Still no Naga. Got 2 Tikis. Pog. Happy about that. Would love to see some more Naga action, though, for what it's worth. We've gotten everybody but Naga, actually. Which the goal was to get everybody. 2 Gotos, so that I could fodder off his B skill. And then maybe a handful of Medius, and as many Naga and Tikis I can spare, because, bruh. The Dragon Inheritance on my plate right now. Hoo boy. Nice. My man. It's tight. He also comes with Flame Tongue, which is pretty dope. And then Defense Riscal, which is also nice, but all good things. All good things. We might as well. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it? It had to be Shiro. It would have to be Shiro. That's wild. We're wilding out over here. Yeah, so the Fallen Banner. The Fallen Banner is coming up. I do have some mild concerns for myself. A little bit nervous about what could be on that Fallen Banner. But ultimately, I don't know that any of... Here are some picks that I would be excited about. But also, they're not incredibly likely. Let me preface this by saying, I genuinely think that the Fallen Banner is likely to mostly be made up of engage options. Take that as you will. I think for the most part, any spoilers around engage are pretty much out the bag. We've had a straight up DLC banner with Nell in them on it, so like I just kind of feel like that's where we are. So if there were, hypothetically speaking, any plot twists to take place in Engage that might lend that kind of content towards a Fallen Banner, potentially, I feel like they might do that this year. Okay. I feel like that's a possibility. So, hold please. All right, we're so back. We're so back. I cleared out everything that wasn't like a 5-star focus option. So we'll see. All right, no Tikis, no Nagas, only Gotos, only Dumas. Not Duma, Medius. Similar vibe though. Also, I think Duma was an Earth Dragon. I think. Comment section fact check me on that. I feel like he was though. Anyway. Fallen Banner. Here are some options that I could potentially get excited about, though I don't think they are likely. Okay. Not all of them are likely. So some potential options that kind of make sense. Avel. If you know, you know. My man! Alright, we got a Goto. We have the fodder capability. Are your stats... Okay, that's still pretty similar. This is what I was mostly looking for. I'll take that. I like that a lot. Heck yeah. Maybe we get a Medius now too. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. Yes, please. No. Okay. So Avel. right back in. Abel kind of makes sense. I don't want to go into detail on it, but she makes sense. Grail also kind of makes sense. If you... Queen! That's some queen stuff right there. Hell yeah. Okay, please have good stats. Please? We'll fix that. It's fine, we'll fix that. I'm taking it in. Can I swap? Nice. It really... Okay, her art's too big. I wanted to use the new wallpaper, but her art's too big. It doesn't really help. But it does feel fitting. Anyway. Grail. If you're familiar with the events leading up to Path of Radiance, then you understand why perhaps a Grail would make sense. Again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. But, you know, let's just say if Fallen Ike is a potential, then Fallen Grail is also a potential. Is that fair? I feel like that's fair to say. And I'm not sorry. Who else? Who else? Should I be pulling on red and blue at this point? I don't think I should. I probably shouldn't, actually. We got Emetius. He's technically +1 now. We got my Goto. I think we just go colorless and green here on out. What do you think, gamers? Are you ready to come on a freaking journey with me? Okay, maybe we pull that red one. Because it's like 3 orbs. 3 orbs ain't a big deal. You feel me? Okay, so Avel, Grail, Veronica, Letizia. I feel like those would be like Embla obsessed or Embla possessed type scenarios from book 6? Book 6. I think it's book 6. I get 6 through 8 a little like concussed in my brain. But I think it went Reagan book, Veronica book, Golvig book, Ratatasker book, and now we're in the Balder book. I think it's where that went. So 5 through 9. So yeah, I think they would make good options as well. Branching outside the, the Fallen Bruno or the Fallen Zacharias option, we'll pull it. I didn't mean to pull it, but we'll pull it. I regret that immensely. I immediately regret that. Alright. 2 hundo left. So we're like a little over halfway through. That's chill. That's chill. Still no focus charge, though. So that's got me feeling a certain way. Not sure what to do about that. Some more... I don't know if... Reese, okay? Reese. I feel like he's been on everybody's Fallen bingo card for like the last 4 years. Especially after we got Fallen Ike. Because Fallen Reese has... Fallen Reese actually has the art to back it up. Because he's cipherfied for all eternity now. So I'm like, that has some good potential. Some more what-if types of scenarios around potential Fallen candidates. I feel like Sonya. Sonya is by far my favorite Valenti character. Okay, it's not close. Eternal sadness is all I feel right now. Knowing that this had a lower rate of happening than an actual 5-star focus hurts my soul a little bit. And a Kiragi. Sad. Sonya, I feel like a what if. Like, had she become a witch? Or, I mean, again, not to spoil anything, but the ending of her story, canonically, pretty tragic. And I feel like that also kind of lends itself to a Fallen alt. I will just tell you, because I'm very passionate about this particular storyline. So at the end of Shadows of Valentia, this is spoilers for the ending of Sonia's story. If you haven't heard it or whatever, just skip ahead like a minute and we'll be past it. She basically spends the rest of her days trying to find a cure for her sisters, and throughout that process becomes a witch herself. So, you know, maybe not as out there as I initially led on, but there is, you know, there's potential there. Who else? I think a what if scenario, which for Mordecai it made sense in was it Radiant Dawn? Path of Radiance. I can't remember what happens. Radiant Dawn. That's Izuka, yeah. For Mordecai it made sense. Or not Mordecai. I can't remember his name. But we got him. That's focus charge again. I've lost the Naga 50-50 twice now. I've gotten it once. One time. But we are at focus charge now, which I guess is good. Hey, Reese. What's up, buddy? You're looking real bald, man. I love that for you. Love it for you. Gatekeeper? Yeah, Gatekeeper. I was like, I don't know anybody else has got art that big. Dude, we are losing 50-50s. I'm counting that as a lost 50-50, by the way. It doesn't technically count. I'm counting it anyway. Deal with it, haters. All right. So now we can legitimately only pull colorless or green. And that thought is pretty gosh darn terrifying. Because we are at focus charge. So the stakes have never been higher. And we're just getting Brady's and Sakura's. So anyway, a what if Tibarn scenario. Hear me out. What if Izuka got a hold of Tibarn? Which realistically would never actually happen. Because Tibarn's the GOAT, and he would probably shred Izuka before he even got within like 8 feet. But what if? I'm really just looking for a Tibarn ult. That's I'm just trying to selfishly work in a Tibarn ult. But that's fine. And then I also kind of thought, like, well, what about Fallen Lucina? Like, what if she were to succumb to the bad timeline and not be sent into the past? What then? What about then? What then? What would happen then? And I mean, we got Fallen Crom, so I don't think it's that out there per se. It's got potential. Oh, chat, it's not looking great for us, chat. It's not looking great for us. Yikers. I'll pull him. Low key. I don't think I want him to be Tiki, though. I think I want another Naga. I think I want the +1 Naga. In an ideal scenario, we get one of each. If not more. But that's me being greedy and coping. Like a lot. Or we get everybody who's on focus in this whole circle. Okay, never mind. That's not going to happen. Anyway, I look forward to the Fallen banner. I feel like this one's going to be like relatively pretty safe and or predictable. I'll pull it, but I'm not happy about it. Barst. Okay, that's fine. Make my peace with that. So yeah, if I'm not overly jazzed about the potential for Fallen. Honestly, Fallen Sonya or Avel are and Grail. Those and Reese. Okay, so there's like some that are pretty potentially likely that I could be really excited about. But there are other things that are free to pull on that are still ongoing for the next, I don't know how many weeks. And I'm almost curious if all these events are like coinciding with a Golden Week situation. To like wrap everything up at the end of the month. I think Golden Week starts on like the last Tuesday or Wednesday of April. I feel like it's like the 27th, maybe 27th or 29th, somewhere around there. Anyway, not important. Not the point that I'm trying to make here. I think that I have decided who I'm going to be using, or rather focusing color-wise for my SHSR pulls, which is the special hero 4-star rate things that they have given us. I think ultimately it comes down to just Pirate Tibarn. I think that's what my number one objective is, and I think I've made peace with that. I think my secondary primary would probably be... Secondary primary is a weird way to phrase it. I think my secondary choice in terms of a preferred pickup would probably be Pirate Bridget. So I'm really just looking at Pirate Banners. And also, I genuinely hope they bring the Pirate Banner back this year. Because that would be cool. Ooh, gamers. Ooh, gamers. 8% good potential. 8% good potential. Smoke. This is tragic. This is actually tragic. Klein doesn't have a Resplendent yet? That's crazy. I thought for sure he did. What is happening? Okay. Not a double Naga potential. Not a single Naga potential. Please don't end like this. Bruh? Sorry, I had to shake that off. Golly. That was crazy. Ooh. No Naga. Please don't be a Tiki. I think at the end of the day, I got 2 Tikis. I really just want a Naga now. For the most part. Anyway, yeah. For the SHSR pulls, I'm probably just going to do colorless when I can, and then red when I can't. Which, honestly, are the 2 most high-stakes colors. Because I really don't want any more New Year's Selkies. Or Hot Spring Sakuras, for that matter. Which are both in colorless. We're backing out. I'm getting a Naga. I'm getting a Naga, darn it. But no Tiki, evidently. And then red has Summer Leo, who is the only Book 1 unit that I don't have at this point. Which is a badge of honor that I wear, because I haven't completed all Book 1 characters. And I like that. I like that feeling of incompleteness, because it doesn't compulse me to... You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. What is it? What is it? It's like literally almost a third the rate potential. That's insane. Bro. I'm crashing out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Okay. God. Oh, it's tense. Anyway, I'm glad I don't have all Book 1s, because then I would feel compelled to complete the hero library, as it were. And as long as I'm missing 1 Book 1 unit, I don't feel... How? Actually, how? Actually, how is this happening? How is this happening? Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro. There's no way. There's no way. Still 3 stars in this economy. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. This has to be a Naga. This has to be a Naga. There's no way there's not a Naga. Chad, if this is not a Naga, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This has maybe been some of the worst luck I've had in a really long time. Like a really long time. Okay, I hate myself. I bought raw packs, and I hate myself. I bought a raw pack. I can't, man. Okay, that I'm genuinely surprised by. But, like, kind of in a good way. Kind of in a good way. Okay. You know what? If we get 2 Nagas, 2 Tikis, and a Goto, all is forgiven. Because I think that alone is worth the $300 I've just sank after not getting any focus unit. I think that's worth. I think ends justify the means on that one. We got a Brady. It's not a Naga. If I do not get a Naga, I walk. If I get a Naga, I pull the rest. Dude. Dude. That's... I have to keep showing it to myself to remind me that, like, yeah, no, it is actually that bad. It is actually that bad. Wow. Dude, this is crazy. This is insane. This is actually insane. Okay, 2 Nagas and a Tiki, we call it good. All's forgiven. Bro. That's actually insane. This is actually insane. Okay, come on. 1 Naga, 1 Tiki, call it. How? I 1 Naga, 3 Tiki, call it good. Bro, it can't go down like this. It can't end like this. Okay, 1 Naga, 2 Tiki, 2 Goto. We call it good. And we move on with our lives. How? How is this possible? How is this actually possible right now? My soul just left my body, man. Oh, no. Please, no. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do it like this. Oh, I've never been so happy to see a Celestia. However, I am now below 20 orbs, which is crazy. Oh my god, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Brother, I'm still getting 3 stars. How am I still getting 3 stars? Please. Please. Please end it. You know what? No, we're going to end it here. This is the end. This is the end of the video. This is the end of the video. It's unfair. It's unfair, and I want to sit with this feeling for a little while to remind myself of how bad this is. I was glazing this banner the entire video, and I got hit like that. I got hit like that. Wow. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Anyway, thank you again to members. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go ponder my life's decisions, I think. Where I'm at. If you want to see what happened here, it is this, which in hindsight, honestly, without the context of how bad everything went, if we started here, 3 4-star specials in a row, yeah, and then a Tiki, and then 2 5-stars, plus a Goto, yep, and then a sparked Tiki, and then more 4-star specials, another Goto, there's the Naga, we lost a lot of 50-50s, which feels bad. But yeah, sometimes, you know, things just don't have a satisfying conclusion. And so I'm going to leave you all with that as well. Suffer along with me. Thank you. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you for watching. I'll be live tomorrow, probably. So I'll see you then. Also, hero reviews are live. So go check the YouTube community tab. W notification, L summons. Thank you very much. That is it. That is the video. Thank you. Thank you again for watching. And thank you again to members. Yes, thank you. That's it.